Mhm. Doesn't look like I'm live right now. Test. All right, looks like we're live. All right, this is the first live stream I have ever made, and we're gonna go through and make a simple Vercel alternative. So I have never really done this before, but we will just go through it, and it should be pretty straightforward to implement the basic features of Vercel, which is you push to a Git repository and you have something happening on a server somewhere. So I'm gonna set up everything of this. Let me just go into my servers here and my account here, and we can just start. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. All right, so I'm just preparing everything here now because we need to set up domain, we need to set up everything here. So yeah, github.com, boom, okay, play. And we go here. All right. So the first thing is, what are we actually gonna do in this live stream here? And I'm gonna show you here. Let me just share my screen. So Vercel, of course, have a million things they do, but the main thing that a lot of people just go for, and they end up having all these problems. Like if you search for Vercel, if you search for Netlify, huge bill, you can see that there's um, like these Vercel, Netlify, all of these services here. When you do something wrong, you will end up having 100,000 bill. And so it's a lot nicer just to have your own server where you can do stuff on that server. So what we're gonna do is we have here our server. We have just a Hetzner server, and on that one we'll put like some we'll put up Caddy server, and we're gonna use that to just share whatever um, compiled thing that we have, right? And then we have GitHub, and it can be anything else. This is just about making the framework so that you can very easily implement it in any other programming language. So I'm gonna do it in Python because that's my favorite thing here. But we can do it in whatever we want to do here. So I can do here, and I can see a Vercel Light play. And we have here a repository. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a repository here. And this is Vercel Light play. I'm going to make it public. We create it. Boom. Done, done, done. Actually, I can just RMDir. I can just kill this one here. And I can probably make I just want to clone it. There. All right, so we cloned the empty repository. We have nothing in here, right? So what we need to do is we need to have a server where we have some script running, and for that I'll just use Python. They can accept webhooks from GitHub. So basically, what will happen is that when you are here and you're using Git, what you can do is you push it to GitHub, boom, and GitHub will then accept this, and it will send a webhook here. And then this is at least the idea. We will see if it actually works here. And then this server will go back to GitHub, and it will ask for a Git pull, and then we'll get the source from here, and then we can compile it or whatever we need to do. So this is the main thing. The idea with this here is, as I said, not to re-implement everything that Vercel is doing, but just show how the basic thing can be done, and then you can very easily add on, hey, I want to be able to go back if there's like a deploy that didn't go well. I want to go back or something like that. It's very easy to add these kind of things here. So yeah, let's get to it. I have my repository here. I'll make a server here as well. So let me just make a server. Boom, boom, boom. Doesn't matter where it is. Just need to be here. Let me just see SSH key. Boom. Okay. Why have all my SSH keys disappeared? That is really weird. Okay. Done. All right. And we're gonna just say Vercel play light play. While this is booting up. Okay. What else do we need to specify here? Server type. All right. DOM. Okay, we have IP SSA root. Boom. Okay, might not be running. All right. So besides that, I'm gonna also put in here some of my like I have my block here, and I'm gonna just say Vercel Light play, and I'm gonna put this one here. So you will see later why we'll need this here. Let me just find this one here. But basically, like now, when I ping, boom, when I ping that, it should go to that side, right? So what do we need? Well, we need to have a program that whenever there's a webhook happening, it needs to get onto the server and do something, right? So we need to know that something happened, and then we need to react on what that thing that happened. So I'll start by just making, I'll install pip install bottle. It's like a very simple little framework for making web apps. And I'll just make app, and then from bottle import get and run. So we have here define, deploy, deploy webhook, and let's also have request, and then we have this is like get, and then deploy webhook, and for now we just don't do anything, and then we just do app, or like we just do run, and let's see here if we can run this here. It runs. So yeah, and then when I'm here, let's just say deployed. All right. So that's it basically. You know, we need a few things set up here for this to work. So I'm gonna just take. Let me just see here. Feedback bin deploy. Let me just take this one here. I have like a deploy script here. So I just basically deploy to this one here. Boom, boom. So let me just make a deploy script. And basically what we just do is we just rsync everything here into the host. And the host is this one here. So let's do root and host is equal to root at there. Yeah. So basically what this does is it just takes everything that we have in this directory, like this is this dot, and we just put it in here. And we have like a lot of variables here that I use. So these don't really matter. We're gonna make this as a file we can run. All right. Now let's try to just deploy here. We have to authenticate. Boom. All of it is there. Okay. We also had, if I just go here to the deploy, let me just see here. We go to Bitbag ban deploy. We also have this exclude. Let's just keep the exclude here. So we have a exclude as well, and then we just don't we just do excludes txt excludes txt, just so we don't get the git with, because that's gonna be like super annoying. So now I think this should delete the git here, and we have this here. Great. All right, so we can jump into the server. Let me just copy this one here, and I just call it shell. Probably not the best naming you can do, but that's how it is. Host, and now I have like a shell. I can just connect to the server. So when a lot of people talk about it being really hard with um, with using your bare metal, using bare metal servers, it's actually not that hard. You just have to get like, you'll go through a lot of problems in the start, of course, but at some point you will learn how it is and how it's working, and it just seems so trivial to do basically everything. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna download the caddy server here for Linux, and this is the way I like to do it. So let me just find it here. I'm gonna just download it here, and I'm gonna move this one here, and I'm gonna just deploy it at the most ridiculous way. So what was it, caddy there. I'm gonna just call it caddy, and then we're gonna make caddy server. This is like their form um, of how we do this here. So the caddy server, it's like nginx, but it's just a little bit simpler to use, and it does, for example, automatic SSL or www redirect. So this is really nice. Let me just go here, and we go feedback, and we do zero caddy. Let me just see here what I do for this one here. We have a file server, and let me just put that one in. So we have a file server. I never remember this one here. I try to avoid getting in, and we have like the root. We have cache control. Okay, let's not put cache control, but let's just put it like here. Boom. We call it. We put everything in root. When you're putting up a production system, you should probably not put it in root. But for now, like we can do that. So compiled app, and then we just have like it here. So yeah, this is for this here, and then we need to also add some other things. But I'm gonna do that in the server, because now we are on a server that we can just play around with. So there's no need for us to do some um, to just keep deploying. We might as well just do it directly on the server. Of course, normally you wouldn't do that. So yeah, all right. We have the technopreneur. Welcome. All right. So we are here. We have everything in the Caddy, in the app here. And what we can now do is we can run Caddy, and we can run it with this run. And what it will try to do is get a SSL certificate and set up everything, etc., etc. And this is like what I'm doing here is, you should probably not do that in production, because I'm just playing around with things here. But let's see here what is happening. Serving initial. All right. Nothing is happening. All right. I have to just go into my. Let me just stop sharing my screen. I have to go into Porkbun and just see if I set up the DNS properly, because it looks like I maybe not have done that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's called Vercel Light. That's why. So let me just call it Vercel. I make. Let me just share my screen again here. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Production is always different. But yet again, you always end up doing stuff in production you're not supposed to do, right? That's the unfortunate truth. All right. So I added this one here. It might take a little time to propagate. I guess I could just take this one here for my main one, and I could actually just do that, and we could use that one instead. Then we don't have to wait for DNS to propagate, because DNS is very slow old protocol, and it's a lot of different systems running, so it might take a little while to be going here. Hmm. Hmm. Why is this not doing anything? Let's put a debug. If I remember it, debug is like this here. Maybe it's not. Hmm. Um, let's go and see the quick guide here. So, caddy run, cool. This one here. Hmm. Okay, let's try to just force this one here. And you can also install caddy directly on the server, but I normally just like to I like to just do it here. Okay, it seems like it's not really capturing this here if I'm not using this one here. Um, invalid character B. Hmm. Let me try to move these things here out. Nothing. Okay, debug. Don't remember how to put on debug. Global options. Yeah. Yeah, it was like this here. That is so weird. As you can see, I haven't done this here before. Like, well, I've set up this here many times, but normally this is just working. So a little bit weird why it's not doing this here. Okay, so we have this thing here I can deploy to this here. This is the IP. The URL is okay. Let me just DNS propagation. So let me just see here how this is working. Vercel, what was this called here? Ah, oh no no. Caddy file. So it's propagated. Okay, let's get some help from ChatGPT. Okay. Show show propose config. All right. So we do this here. We do this here. Log level. Okay. Let's try the log level here. Um, run, and there was 2. This is so weird. I guess, let me just check here something. Copy and caddy. Yes, deploy. Maybe there's like a new version of caddy that doesn't do this here automatically. Ah, it's not caddy server, it's caddy file, of course. All right, there we're going. So now it's like getting all the DNS thing, all this here. Wow, such a silly little thing. Okay, so now if I go here, we should be able to. If I go to Vercel Light, Vercel Light Play, Vercel Light Play dot martinbaum.com, and we should be able to see that there's 404, right? So this is because we have here the caddy server. So you can see here the caddy server. Oh, let's do it here. The caddy file here defines that we are going here to compiled app. So if we look here at our current directory, we are in root, so we need compiled app, and then we can do compiled app index.html, and we can write hey, and then we should be able to do that. Let me just see that I did the right compiled app. It's spelled correctly. So I might need a dash on this here and here. No, it works. So now we can finally get like some things working here. Now, if I want to, if I want to also do other things with this one here, because this here is just serving things. So this is serving our compiled app, but we might also have something else where we are like, hey, on slash something, we need to have a different thing that is happening, which is that we get a webhook and something happens, right? So what we can do is we start going through this here, and I don't remember it exactly. Let me just, I have some client things here. I'll just, I cannot show this here for client purposes, but let me just find here my client's caddy file, and then we have this one here, here. All right, so I just go back here. I just copy paste here. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, everything always goes wrong at the when you start out like this here. So, but that's how it is. The first time it always breaks up. So yeah, we have here reverse. We can handle reverse, so we can do like for example API, and we can have things running here. Let me just take all of this and we just go directly for production because we're a little bit savages today here. So let's say we have this one here, and I always make some weird things with 8080. So let me just see here if that actually works. Run server seems to be working. Okay, so I guess if I would go to Vercel like here, and I could go to API and hey, it should give it shouldn't give a 404. It should give another one. Since do we have tmux here? Okay, so we have tmux, so we can run caddy run, and then we can call it watch, because then it will auto refresh when we do stuff. So that's a nice thing here. And tmux is just helping us having multiple, like I can tmux is like a window manager where you can like log in, so to say, with different kind of things, yeah, different kind of windows here. So let's go here, and maybe it's like handle path. I always forget. Oh, I know. Maybe I need to do like boom, and then that should work. Let me do tmux a. Yeah, okay, it seemed to work. And here it gives a 502, which is that it could not connect to the server that we should run. So what we want to do is we want the API to have a server that's running here on port 8080 locally. And so everything that goes there, we can go in. So let's say we go into this app here and we just run this here. We probably have to change this one here to be API/webhook. And then let's just try to run this one here. We might need to install, yeah, might need to install some dependencies. Bottle. Let's see here. Okay. What about pip free? Okay, I guess I have to install this one here. Boom. All right. What the fuck? I probably have to upgrade it and stuff like that. Okay, instead of doing that, bottle pie is like Flask if you know Python. It's like Express in JavaScript Node.js, and it's really nice because it's very simple. So we can basically, like, if we just go here, um, GitHub repository, we can basically just go in here and take this one here, and we don't really actually need to install all these things here. It will just take longer time to install it. And that's the thing, is when you're gonna run your things yourself, it probably will be a better idea to just keep the dependencies extremely simple. So here we run it, boom, and it's running on port 8080. And yeah, so if we are running here, this one here, it says not found. This is coming from this one here, from the server here. So this is coming from the bottle server. So if I do webhook here, webhook, if I do deploy webhook, boom, you will see that it just doesn't return anything, but it says deployed. So it's actually working now, and we can start making what we actually need to do here. All right, so let's take a look here. We have this one here, the repository somewhere. So we have the repository here. There's nothing in it right now. Let me just commit something to it. Let's say that we have let's say we have like some kind of let's just have like a build function here, and this build function could run Node.js npm build install, or npm build, etc., etc. Like, it can do whatever it wants to do there. But let's just do mkdir, and then we just do home, and then we do dist, and then we do um, like that, and then we just do like a rmdir, or like a rmff, and true. So this means that it will like just continue even through. There's might be some errors with it here, and let's just do like a home, like a hello from our app, and we put that into the dist.html. Right? So now this is basically our build step, and you can put whatever you want in this build step here. Now the build step is just here. So what we want to do is we want to run this build step whenever we are getting a webhook. Now first we'll get a webhook. So we go in here, we just set up a webhook here, webhook, and oh, it changed a lot since I was here. There. All right. So payload. So we put it to Vercel, like here, and we put it like API webhook. So there, and we put it here, and now let's just do JSON. I don't know actually what they're sending. We can put a secret in to make it more secure, but for now we just want to keep it very simple. So let's just see here. We need to send git push. Where's so git pushes? Okay, I guess that's it. Um, Git pushes to a repository. There. All right. So we sent a ping to test that it works. Oh, of course. Um, yeah, we will see if this works. All right. So now when I get that, I get a notification that something have happened, that there's a push to the Git repository. But I don't have any way to to go further. Like I don't have the actual source code, so I need to also get the source code. So what I'm gonna do here is um, I'm gonna make a what's it called, a deploy key. I guess a deploy key here. So I'm gonna make a deploy key that I just call production. I need a deploy key here. So let me see here if there is something here that's a deploy key. No, only authorized. So I need to make a key here. So I'm making a key that um, um, that that um, why is it putting it here? Okay, let's see here if it is working. Okay, I guess this is a new format here that I haven't really used before. So let's see here how it goes. Um, I'm not allowing. Yeah, key invalid. Yeah, and key gen help. What is the normal one? Boom, boom, boom. Open SSH format. Key format. Okay. Um, wow. I never had to do this here. SSH key gen force open SSH format. Maybe maybe we just ask ChatGPT about this here. Boom. Okay. Wow. Let me do this one here. There. All right. So let's go in. We set up the deploy key, and then we can actually start doing a git pull from this here. This is the idea. So we have here. We probably not have git on the server. Oh, we have git on the server. Cool. All right. So what we can do here is we can just take this one here, and we can just see, hey, can we git clone? Can we git clone this one here? And yes, we can. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take the app and let's do a system git clone. This one here, git clone. So system just starts a command. This is some Python. It just starts a command. So we do from OS import system. I think it's there. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So now we clone this here. Where can there's like a place where you can say, hey, where should we clone it to? Output. Is it like output? Or is it name? Um, Name instead of using the remote. No. Um, I think I just if I want to git clone it to somewhere, I just do git clone temp hey, right? Yeah, okay. So what we can do here is we can do a git clone, and we git clone the repository every time there's a webhook that is asserted, right? So and we can just do it like here temp and then like hello, like something here hello, and or like let's say call it my app, and now we have the app there, and then we can run the temp my app build. Right now, this is basically it. There's not really anything else in it. Now these are really bad practices because we're gonna run it here. We're gonna run it from the wrong repository, like from the wrong place, etc. But the idea is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. We git clone this here and we build it afterwards. And so if I go and I do this one here, I run here. Let me run. Boom. Boom. Oh yeah, and what I can do now is, of course, I can push to this repository, and every time I push, I see what is happening. And that's okay if you're just building something and it's already there. But you see here, now I pushed, and this one here automatically came. So now we are git cloning, and we are taking and building it here. Um, don't know if it actually will work, but let's see here. Dum dum dum. Okay. Do we have what did I call it? I called it my app, so it should be in my app. It was not called here. It was not working. So for some reason this thing here broke. And let me just see here. We got a 405 back. So something went wrong. So now what I could do is I can keep like calling and figuring out this thing here, but a lot of times a better way to debug things is that you, for example, here, like I could do like I can just basically like take this out here and I can just run it like this, and this way I can actually test things a lot faster and see the things are working as they're supposed to. Um, so the main thing you want to do with this here, oh, it was working. Let me just see here. Hey, okay. My app, yeah, so it's there, and the my app was also run. So like the build was also run. So let's just see here, the build. The build puts it into here. So now we have it here. So boom. We should probably not put it there. We should probably just put it like, we should probably just do a, how is it I do this here? Like we have a echo UID, right? Uh, UID or no. I need to install that. Again, we want to avoid dependencies. So can we do a date time here and then help? Let me just do a del date time, and let's do um, um, okay, normally what I would do, I don't want to spend some time on this here because it makes no sense. But what I would normally do is I would make sure that this one here comes into, for example, my app, and then some ID here, some UID here, or some timestamp, and then this way you have like a unique one that you can run. And then when we compile it, I would put it to dist here, and then I would then afterwards move it into, if the compile step works, I would put it in to the compiled app here. So we're not gonna do that, but this is the idea. So instead of doing all these steps here, we're gonna just keep it simple, and we're gonna just run it like this here. So let me just do python free app.py, and then I'm gonna take this build one here, and I'm gonna just directly, I'm not gonna put it into dist here. This was not put into dist here. Maybe this was the reason why. So, but I'm gonna do it to compiled app and index, and you can see hello from our app. And so when I do, oh, let me just not add all of these things here. Let me just add the build here. When I push this one here, we will again get a webhook from a system. We'll run the thing through, and then hopefully we should be able to see here, with this one here, that we are getting a thing here. But no, we're getting a 404. What is that, like invalid? Oh, that's invalid method. So I guess they're sending a post here. So let's just put a post here instead. Maybe they're sending a put. Ah, okay. So we just do here put and post. And for this, I have to change the little thing here. Git add, build, git commit, it, boom. All right, boom. Let's see here what goes. We got this one here. We got a 200. That's good. That's promising. All right. And we didn't get anything here. Okay, let me just see here. Oh, my app already existed and it's a non-empty. And then it just stopped there. Um, oh no, it ran this one here. It ran this one here. Cat. And ah, it didn't remove it. It didn't remove it. So we need to do a remove here. So let's just find um, let's find ChatGPT here for helping us with that because okay, Python remove directory with all files, no errors. Is everyone following with? All right, thank you, thank you. Cheers. All right, let's see here. Remove directory. Yeah, okay, and we put it in like a thing here. So we go here. Oh, let's not go there. Let's go here. The best thing besides copying from Stack Overflow is copying from ChatGPT. All right, so let's first remove dir temp my app. Again, this would not have been a problem if we have actually used what I said with just making like it a unique ID. So let's try here ebuild. Let's see if I can add build. All right. We get this one here, we're cloning into this one here, we deployed it, and we see here. And success. So what this means in general is that we have now recreated a little bit by just having you pushing to GitHub, that's sending a push notification to Caddy server, and it returns it back to, and we get the things that have happened on GitHub, and we start processing this. It's very, very simple. It's a very, very straightforward thing that we have built, but the idea is that you can very easily expand on it with what you need. Of course, recreating Vercel or Netlify is super hard. They have a lot of features, but you don't need that for most of the cases. You probably just need something very simple. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna wrap it in this repository and send it to you. So yeah, that's it. I don't know how many how many actually have seen this one here, but let's see what happens. All right. Cheers. Bye bye.